afternoon, our value clients. We are all welcome to our weekly edition first, weekly stock recommendation. And of course, before going to the weekly stock recommendation, I would like to share with you the new product that is coming on board from the Lead Capital PLC. And this is a Lead a dollar fund. I think I talked about this in our previous stock recommendation. That fund is coming on board from the Lead Capital PLC under the management of the Lead Asset Management. Of course, we have also deemed it that it's necessary as an investor to also diversify your assets to other currency. Of course, we've seen what is happening in terms of currency fluctuation, exchange rates, the dollar to naira. The dollar is also crashing while naira is crashing and the dollar is going up. So investors who have actually put or also invested in other investment that is in other currency, by now they will be smiling. So because of that, Lead Capital PLC has also come out with this product called Lead Dollar Fund. And then on Friday, we had our signing ceremony for the Lead Dollar Fund. And then by the September 4th of this year, this product is going to open. And the minimum you can invest in our Lead Dollar Fund is 1,000. And if you look at it, it's in a unit of $1 per 1 unit. And the Lead Dollar Fund is just like collective investment, because people will be wondering why I say it is a dollar fund, because we also wanted people to have access to be able to invest in the dollar fund, in the euro bonds. If you don't really have a substantial amount of money that can enable you to buy a slot for euro bonds, all these sub-Saharan euro bonds, UX treasuries and others, you can use the opportunity by subscribing into our Lead Dollar Fund. So our Lead Dollar Fund, Lead Capital, Lead Asset Management is raising $1 million at a unit of $1 per 1 unit. And the essence of investing, or the benefit of investing in our dollar fund, is that you'll be able to move your currency to not naira, but you're also moving your currency to dollar. Anytime there's a fluctuation in exchange rate, of course, you will not be affected, because you have also diversified, you have also moved part of your investment to other currencies of other countries. So it's a dollar fund, and then by the time we open that fund by September 4th, we will also be reaching out to all our customers to also take the opportunity. We are not saying that you should not invest in other products, but it's also important that you need to also diversify your assets, your investment to other currency. So we are raising $1 million, and the minimum you can buy is $1,000. So it's also very simple these days, because CBN has also lifted ban on transfer from domiciliary account. If you have a domiciliary account, which is a requirement to also partake in dollar fund, you can buy your dollar and put it into your dollar account. You can transfer to the nominated account for this fund, and then anytime we are also paying coupon on this fund, you also get it through your domiciliary account. So that's what we are for the dollar fund. We will be communicating with you and interacting with you as we progress on this other fund. But I want to advise you that you to take that opportunity to also be one of the people that will benefit from this product, because we are just raising $1 million. So the earlier the better for you. Thank you. So having talked about the Lead Dollar Fund, I would also like to go to our weekly stock recommendation. Of course, for every Monday, we've been coming out to you to give you our weekly recommendation across companies under our coverage, across sectors that's under the coverage of the Lead Capital PLC. And for today, we just have a few stock under our recommendation. The first on the list in our recommendation is Access Bank. Access Bank, we have looked at the result of Access Bank based on their first quarter and then even the movement in the market. So we are also encouraging you that as of today, Access Bank is also a good buy for you. So you can buy Access Bank. Next to the Access Bank is also GTCO. And then if you look at GTCO, it's also one of the top first big bank in Nigeria. So it's under our recommendation. GTB is also a buy position. Next to that is Stanbic IBTC. Stanbic IBTC, of course, our valuation on Stanbic IBTC as at 2-3 weeks ago, stood at 50 naira. Stanbic IBTC is currently trading at 65 naira. So in our recommendation is a sell because we have looked at that stock as is overpriced. So this is the best time for you to sell. If you are selling now, you are also cutting a good deal, and then you can also invest your money in other stock. While you can also invest in our DZ in other products. By the time the price comes down, you can also buy more to also increase your holding, which is a good strategy as well. The next to that is UBA. UBA, of course, we've seen their first quarter results. We are also waiting for their second quarter result. From analysis and evaluation around the first quarter result, UBA is likely to get to 17 naira and is currently trading a 14 naira 20 kobo. So it's also a good buy for you in terms of a recommendation. And next to that is Nestle Nigerian PLC. Nestle also closed 1,175 on Friday. And our valuation for Nestle is that Nestle is likely to get to 1,500. Of course, about 2 weeks ago, we saw what also came into the market in terms of what the company has really suffered in form of foreign exchange losses. But the fundamentals around the company in terms of their top and the bottom line favors the company. The exchange losses is something that fluctuates, and it has really affected companies that are currently operating under manufacturing or consumer and then industrial. So because of that, we believe that the problem or that issues is temporary. So by the time they are leveraging or their backward integration strategy, the company is going to overcome those challenges, and then the issue of exchange rate losses will not really affect or hit their balance sheets in the subsequent financials. So that's for the Nestle and Zenith Bank as well. Zenith Bank also closed 35 naira. Our position on Zenith Bank is that it's also a good buy. And then another company we are also recommending is West African Portland Cement. We have seen their second quarter results, and in terms of foreign exchange losses, they were not affected because of one of the strategy they have been able to put in place in terms of trying to mitigate against the impact of exchange losses. So they were not affected. In terms of balance sheet, their balance sheet is still very robust, and then the stock is likely to get to 35 naira, while it's currently trading at 28 naira. So a good buy for you. And then we also coming on board with Dangote Sugar. Dangote Sugar is currently trading at 34 naira, and our valuation for Dangote Sugar is actually at 25 naira. To us, is overpriced. But what has been driving Dangote Sugar is because of the proposed merger with the NASCON Nigerian PLC and the Dangote Rice. So people are envisaging that by the time they consummate that transaction, the price is likely to go up. But in our own valuation, we are still putting Dangote Sugar at 25 naira, and it's important that we have figures to justify our valuation. So for now, we believe Dangote Sugar is currently overpriced. So if you want to sell, it's a good deal for you. And we are also recommending Flour Mill Nigerian PLC. The year end of Flour Mill Nigerian PLC is March of every year. So anytime from now, we're going to receive their final year accounts for the year 2022. So by the time that account comes out, we're going to see their performance. But in terms of our recommendation, we are still pleasing by recommendation of Flour Mill Nigerian PLC, likely because in terms of backward integration, the Flour Mills has heavily invested in backward integration strategy. And we believe some of those things will improve their performance, and at the end of the day, they'll be able to declare good dividends to the stakeholders or the shareholders of that company. While finally, there is United Capital PLC. UCAP is also a company that has also demonstrated consistencies in terms of dividends payments and in terms of price stability in the last 5 or 6 years. So we are also putting United Capital PLC to you. That is also a buy recommendation. And then their second quarter result for 2023 has also been released. And in terms of a performance, they also did better than what they did in last year. By the time you look at the Q2 of 2023 and Q2 half year of 2023 and half year of 2022, you will see the company has been able to make some progress in terms of a better performance, and that's a strong sign that this company is going to compensate investor better for the 2023 financials. So, having talked about the dollar fund, and having also given you some recommendation across various asset class, so we still want to re-emphasize that the recommendation of this capital PLC are based on fundamentals surrounding those stocks that we are putting forward. Right, for the dollar fund, by the time the product is fully launched, of course, we will interact with you, and we're also going to organize webinars to share more ideas and to also give more insights about the benefits of investing in dollar funds, so that you can have a comprehensive idea of how dollar funds operate in that in the investment circle or investment market. So we want to appreciate you for your time, and for also taking your time to also follow us on our YouTube channels. So I will be closing this presentation by saying thank you, everybody. Do have a wonderful week. Bye bye.